Hello and welcome to SIDETRACK. Today is the first episode of our podcast. Can we get a round of applause from everybody in the call?
I'm not giving my hands into this ordeal.
Right. Yeah, some things never change. Yeah, as our 1 year anniversary for BackTrack, we've decided to do a podcast because that was what, honestly, BackTrack started because Charlie was harassing me to do a podcast with him.
I
right?
was so desperate for it. Oh my god.
Yeah. So
isn't it crazy how your dream is true now?
I wanted to yap into a mic for hours on end, and now I get to yap into a mic for hours on end.
As every mid-20s white dude dreams to do.
Dude, let's make a podcast, and now we're here.
Yeah, and also Maren's here. Because
let's get right into it.
Even though she's a woman.
I'm the diversity hire.
Maren's our diversity hire, yeah.
Yeah, so the whole idea behind the podcast is just, at least from the start, we want to talk about stuff that really interests us. You know, my idea was like, hyperfixations that we used to have or maybe we have right now. And I think nothing would be more fitting than for our very first topic to be about at least either one of, if not the biggest hyperfixation of my lifetime, YouTube, and just the video sharing platform in general that is YouTube. What do you guys like what did you watch growing up on YouTube, if any at all? Because I have way too many to count. Okay, yeah, there you go.
And I watched Kick the PJ. I love PJ.
Do you have
what
memories? Very fond memories of Dan and Phil?
Yeah, I do. I do. I remember staying up very, very late at night in my youth watching their Sim series. Just like the playlist of it, and they would do like Halloween marathons. Like they play horror games, and I remember watching those. Kick the PJ. I love him. I watched Dodie.
Dodie? I don't know who the hell Dodie is.
The heck is a Dodie?
She makes music. She's a singer, but
Based.
she started on YouTube.
That's
Based.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty based.
Yeah.
Starring a singing career on YouTube, of all places?
Yes.
Justin Bieber did that.
Dang.
Did you not know that? That's like the classic.
Usher discovered him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on his YouTube.
Interesting.
5 Sauce started on YouTube. I watched, I guess if we count YouTube
5
as
Seconds
anyone,
of Summer.
I watched so many 5 Sauce.
We're forgetting the most important artist. We're forgetting the most important YouTube artist, Maddie B. Raps. The most important guy in the world.
What was that group of sisters that would sing on YouTube?
Oh my god. Cimarelli, is that what it was?
Yeah. Didn't one of them leave?
I don't know.
I think Sabrina Carpenter also started on YouTube.
All right, now you're starting. I'm losing it. I'm not here.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry that you're losing it, Colin.
No, I just want to.
I'm sorry that you're confused.
I just want to hear what like Joey and Charlie grew up on YouTube. You know, like
Maddie B. Raps, bro.
Maddie B. Raps. Everybody grew up on that.
No, I didn't grow up on Maddie B. Raps.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
What?
I know who it is, but I'm not happy about it.
My biggest one that I grew up with was Markiplier. He was like, at least in my perspective and my world at the time, he was like the YouTuber. I didn't really know what PewDiePie's deal was. I didn't watch him. I didn't like him. I watched Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. I don't know. I never really had an interest in watching anything he was doing for whatever reason. I was already so I really enjoyed Markiplier and his videos. And
I was always in and out.
Jacksepticeye too.
I was always in and out of Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, all of that, until eventually I just stopped. Oh god, sorry. Stopped watching it altogether. I think the last thing was PewDiePie's Minecraft series.
Oh.
That was a big one. That revived Minecraft again and again, but Minecraft never dies, so that's just the way it goes.
So that's actually a funny one. I've had several conversations with my friends from home where they were all talking about what Minecraft YouTubers they watched and I used to watch so and so and I used to watch so and so religiously, and I was just I've never watched Minecraft.
Oh my
YouTubers
god, dude!
Ever.
Yogscast.
Yeah, that was my classic.
That was iconic, dude. They all had their own separate YouTube channels where they did stuff too.
Yes.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Dude. I loved Yogg's cast. That was the first time I ever got interested in like anything British related.
Anything that the Brits created. That was the first thing I enjoyed internationally.
I mean, I've never seen Doctor Who. Everybody's yapping about Doctor Who. I'm like, I don't.
But that's not YouTube.
No, I know,
love
but
Doctor Who.
Brit. I just said Brit. It's fine. It's fine.
The
You know what?
Brits. The Brits finally did something right for Colin.
You're a little
Hooray.
behind. Everything's fine.
Everything that I watched on YouTube that I talked about is from the UK. Yeah.
Dan and
They're
Phil are from
training
the UK.
themselves.
Yeah, they're English, bro.
Have you never heard Dan and Phil speak?
They're
No.
British, bro.
I've never watched a Dan and Phil video in
They're
my
very
life.
British. I think I
Yeah.
like watched them play Minecraft once when I was younger, and that was about it. Because they were in a Tomska short at some
Oh,
point.
well, they're friends with Tom Sky. I used to watch Tom Sky.
Yeah.
He's
oh
friends
my
with
god.
Dodie.
Classic.
Tomska,
Classic.
ASDF. That is
But, okay,
YouTube.
Charlie, you
Oh,
still
the
haven't
ASDF
you still haven't
movies.
said your favorites like growing up.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Tomska is definitely one of my favorites. I love ASDF. It just gives off so much, like, neurodivergent vibes.
Oh.
It's so... What? It does! Have you ever seen
No, you're
ASDF, bro?
No, you're
Yeah.
right.
It's so
I
neurodivergent,
never thought of it like
bro.
that.
It's amazing. I used to always love watching Vine compilations, especially after Vine
Oh.
died, to
Oh,
remember
God.
it. All of those
Nobody
videos are just so iconic, dude. I used to like
Vine was
memorize that
crazy.
shit.
Dude, we could just do
Um,
another like episode on Vine, honestly, because like
Oh my
Vine is
God,
just
yeah.
it's a whole different beast.
I dropped my AirPods.
I love it.
I
so
heard
much.
it.
Sorry.
It's fine. No,
Um,
it's fine.
I mean, yeah, that's I used to watch like video game content. I mean, like Minecraft and stuff like that. But
Right.
I don't know. No,
I
I mean, I feel like back in like obviously like when people bring up YouTube channels, I'm like, oh yeah, I used to watch them and stuff like that. But I just kind of like liked watching YouTube videos as a whole, just
Right.
going on there and watching what other people are creating on there. It was really
Yeah.
fun, especially because when I was younger, I was also like filming stuff with my friend, and we were just making like really stupid shit. Like we'd play video games sometimes. I used to put
Shout
up,
out your channel.
I used
Shout
to have
out your
videos.
channel.
No,
Shout out
no,
your
I
old
used
channel.
I used to have videos where I would teach how to do magic tricks. A lot of
You
gooner
do
stuff
magic
like that.
tricks?
Yeah, dude.
Why haven't you ever done magic tricks for us?
Because
I feel like you have.
I live in name and address withheld.
Name and address withheld.
He's retired from the
But
magic
we're gonna
business.
visit you. Can you do magic tricks for us when we visit you?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prac-
You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta brush up, bro.
I'll practice. I'll
Brush
watch.
up.
I'll watch my videos. I'll watch my tutorials on how to do my magic tricks.
Yeah. The ultimate
Your own
test.
tutorials.
See if
Yeah.
they're good tutorials.
After not doing it
Oh
for a
my
while, can I
God.
learn from my own stuff?
I used to watch a lot of BuzzFeed Unsolved when they were on YouTube.
Oh, BuzzFeed Unsolved, dude.
BuzzFeed as a
Peak.
whole is just a whole umbrella of content.
I know.
But I didn't
I
watch
never
that.
sought them out, but I always ended up finding them.
Yep.
And then once in
They
a while, I
were-
would just like watch them. Like, oh, okay.
They're just
Cool.
so millennial coded.
Yeah, damn. You're bringing up like other stuff too. The stuff, I mean, the big one that I like loved watching growing up was Game Grumps, because I loved video
watched
games,
that
but I
either.
also there's so much like I never really realized until recently, like at least nowadays, which we could talk about more later, because we do have sections here. This first section is our like what we used to watch on YouTube. But like now I feel like it's all like pro gamer shit. Like you got to see like everybody do something crazy, never seen before, you know? But like I loved the vibe of just them sitting down, talking to each other like friends, maybe being stupid sometimes, and playing video games together. You know what I mean? Just like a classic. And it wasn't like a playthrough either where it was like, oh, this is how you do this. They were just being stupid and having fun, you know?
Yeah, I have
But-
very fond memories of old YouTube in that way. Of
Yeah.
just like a bunch of friends just sitting down and just screwing around and putting up like just stupid videos. Like I remember
Yeah.
I mean, even the first video that ever went up on YouTube, where it's like that guy who's like, "Hey, I'm at the zoo. Look at what's behind me." Like all of like that is the first video on YouTube, and it's just so like stupid, you know?
Okay, I actually have lore based on that. for that video because I did research for this podcast. I know you guys didn't, like foolish fools. It's fine because you guys will learn today that YouTube. Actually, I think I told Joey this earlier. Not earlier, like weeks ago, something like that. YouTube was created by the developers originally as a dating website.
Yeah, you did tell me
Video
about this.
sharing dating website. So the idea was, I think that guy at the zoo, he was like, almost was like, oh yeah, this is me at the zoo. Yeah. And then, like, he didn't know what to say because, you know, he's.
It was meant as a dating site?
Yeah. But there was really no rules behind it. It was just like a video sharing website to like share videos of yourself. But then it evolved into something completely different, and that's when they let me look at my notes again. Let me look at my notes. First of all, it's founded by Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, Jawed Kareem.
Jawed.
It's as if like you said Jared, but you can't say your R's correctly. Jawed Kareem.
Like Charlie.
Yeah, like Charlie. They were all three. They were former PayPal employees. Which is kind of funny to me.
For real?
Yeah.
They broke free.
Yeah. They broke free.
They broke bad.
So they created wow, that's a short wow. They created it in February 2005, but Google bought it in 2006. Google was on that very quickly.
2006?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Really?
2006. Yeah.
I didn't know it was that soon.
I know.
That's crazy. I feel like I'm looking at screenshots of like the design of YouTube throughout the years. And, like, even up to, like, 2016 and stuff like that, it still has, like, that old vibe.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that Google owned it for that long.
The internet was just, like, it just looked uglier back in the day. But in a weird way, it was, like, also kind of, like, minimal. Maybe not minimalist. I don't know what the word is. But
I know. It felt unique. Whereas, like, everything just feels like it has, like, the same layout now.
Yeah.
I know what you
that's
mean.
definitely true.
I love when things have YouTube as like they have like a YouTube linked, but they still have it's old enough that they still have the old YouTube logo and like the iPod Touch.
Oh my god!
You know?
Oh god! Like that little TV.
Yeah.
Oh god, dude! Taking me back. Holy shit!
God.
But sometimes people still use that. Like that's like the picture that they use when they have like a YouTube. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Do you guys remember your first like YouTube, maybe not first YouTube video, but what are your first like YouTube videos you watched? I think Charlie Bit My Finger was like the first one I saw, like opened my eyes to the YouTube world.
Yeah, it was short content like that. I mean, I don't know, like the panda sneezing video.
Yes.
Stuff like that. That was really like my first experiences with YouTube.
I mean, we were babies when
we
YouTube
were very
first.
young.
We were like 5, 4. How old were you, Joey? When
were you born?
well, no.
I mean,
I know.
2005 was when it started.
Middle school, probably.
Middle?
Right?
Yeah.
Like late middle school?
No.
What are you
YouTube
talking about?
started
When
in
YouTube was
2005.
created?
Oh, I know. I'm just saying when I like first when it became
Oh.
for me, I guess.
Joey had parents that cared about his social media.
I didn't
exposure.
have a phone until high school.
That's so valid, honestly.
I didn't have
High
a
school?
phone till high school, but I had like an iPod Touch for a little while. So I had like
Holy
those
moly.
like the phone apps and the texting apps.
Gotcha.
Like I think it was called Text Free. You had like a certain amount of texts you could use, and you had a certain amount of calls you could use.
God, that's
so like I could watch YouTube on that, but like I really didn't watch it because like I said, I didn't watch like Minecraft YouTubers when they were big. So like I didn't really get into YouTube until maybe like 2015. Which,
well, it wasn't.
Yeah, it would be like late middle school.
Yeah,
because I
wasn't
was
just
a freshman in
Minecraft,
2016.
though.
I know, but like I didn't really watch anything until like 2015 because that 2014 was when Five Nights at Freddy's became a thing, and I got into that. I watched that instead of Minecraft YouTubers, and that's really all I watched. I watched like all the different Five Nights at Freddy's YouTubers. There was like Dawko. there was Razbowski, there was 8-Bit Gaming.
Oh god,
Like,
you were saying
these were the
names
guys that I
don't think I've
watched.
ever heard.
Exactly, and that's how I feel about the Minecraft people.
I
I don't know who these people are.
You don't know who the Yogs
No!
cast are?
Dude,
I don't know who
Yogg's
that
cast. I can't believe you don't know that, dude. That is iconic.
I didn't know who the Game Grumps were. I mean, I know they don't play Minecraft, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't know those big YouTubers. I didn't know who, like, I don't even know who else, but like, that's what I watched.
Okay. If we're talking like, I mean, old school like Titans, right? Smosh, which Smosh is still
Yes.
going
I
today.
didn't watch that
There's a
either.
whole Smosh like lore thing that they all went through. I think I gave Charlie like the download a while ago, and
Yeah.
we don't need to go through it right now. Smosh went through some shit, but they're back like in full swing. But
Did one of them say a slur? I know that's out of left.
They
field,
definitely said many, bro. They started off
Okay.
like at the beginning of YouTube.
Gotcha. But it wasn't
That
like
was just a
thing.
thing.
It wasn't like a quote unquote scandal.
no,
It was just kind of like what they did at the time.
no, it was they were just bought out. Okay, I can talk more about it. I can,
PewDiePie. I'm thinking of PewDiePie.
that was PewDiePie.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They were. This was actually something that happened a lot at old school YouTube, but I also real quick wanted to say like Fred, absolutely like
Oh my god.
that was a big one,
Powerhouse.
you know.
Yeah.
But there was like a weird time where YouTube started picking up, and then it just like the companies just. I guess they really did just take advantage of the creators because they saw people
Yeah.
getting big, and they're like, oh, we can make money on this.
The Fred movies.
Yes, that was like horrendous.
They were so stupid. Like, real talk, I saw a clip from one of them recently. I think they would make great BackTrack videos. I'm gonna be super honest. Like,
Fred? Oh,
like
no.
funny in a way of like so
It's not funny.
ridiculous.
Isn't the girl from
Like,
Modern
why did
Family
they
in
even do that?
What?
What?
Yeah, isn't the girl from Modern Family in one of the Fred movies?
I don't
Oh,
know.
dude, I
didn't-
thought you were talking about like the Fred YouTube videos. I was like,
no.
what?
But John
No, and-
Cena's in the movies.
And the
Yeah, I
mom
know
from
John Cena's in the
Holes.
movies.
The mom from Holes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, she is.
Oh
And I
my
think-
God.
And Flo from Progressive.
Oh my
What?
God, Flo's the neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the Fred movies.
Oh my God,
That's crazy. I don't know. Do we need
that's
to watch
crazy.
the Fred movies?
I think we need to watch at
We need
least
to
the
watch the
first
Fred
one and
movies
see
for
how
sure.
it goes.
That's criminal.
Because I
only
do
watched
think
the
it's
first
so
one.
like spontaneous and ridiculous that I think it would make for funny
Wait, are we watching
video.
the first one or are we watching the camp one? Like the summer camp one?
Camp I Want a Pee-Pee.
Yeah. You guys ever watch
Oh.
Camp
We should
Camp?
watch the first one.
I did watch Camp Camp. That's another YouTube
I didn't
show.
watch Camp
Yeah,
Camp.
I used to watch
Yeah.
a lot of Rooster Teeth videos.
Yeah.
With like Michael and Gavin.
Rooster Teeth, it was a little bit on the better side of like these companies like starting, like they would basically just take in YouTubers and then like take most of the profit but give them quote unquote production value. And sometimes it worked. Like Rooster Teeth, I think Rooster Teeth went under.
Mm.
But
Did they?
yeah, I think so, like somewhat recently, but maybe they
Oh,
came back. I don't completely remember.
Gavin.
I know, but no, I think he still does like
Michael.
slow-mo guys stuff,
Michael
right?
and- oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Slow-mo?
I didn't
They're-
watch
they're
the
the-
slow-mo guys. I just
Oh,
watched-
Yeah.
wait. What was his name? He was a YouTuber. He did like crazy editing tricks that were like magic tricks.
Oh.
Zach King, yeah.
He was a YouTuber first, right?
Yes. Oh, no.
No,
Wasn't
just-
he on
he's-
Vine
He's
first?
still on YouTube.
Wasn't he on
was
Vine first?
Vine?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I didn't do anything with Vine.
I forgot his name. That Asian guy.
Ryan Higa?
Right, yeah.
Oh, dude.
my god. Ryan
Classic.
Higa.
That guy was awesome.
I love Ryan Higa.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
for calling him that Asian guy.
I was thinking of the magic of like Rahat guy. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Where he would like go in
No.
public. This was like before YouTube pranks were like YouTube pranks they are now.
Like the
Yeah.
the Carbonaro effect.
Oh,
That was a show, though.
Oh, was it? on-
yeah, that's on True
Magic.
TV.
I don't think
Oh.
he exists. or he
That's
doesn't
like
make
the
videos anymore.
YouTube of television, though.
It is.
Yeah,
though.
Magic of
That's a
Rahat.
good point.
It does fit you.
He-
Yeah, that is the YouTube of
I
television. I
never
would say
thought of
that.
it like that.
The drive-through prank. Do you guys remember like
Drive-through prank.
this guy would just like disappear in the car like when they came back to the
What?
I feel like I've seen that.
It's old school, dude. Yeah, old school YouTube was like just the Wild West. Like you could just create whatever, and then people would probably like it. It also felt like it seemed like the popular stuff stayed popular for a while back in the day.
It felt like people were just making stuff to like, you know, just to put it out there and like just do weird stuff and like make it funny and stuff like that. But I think as the years have gone on, I mean, it seems like there's more of a focus on like building like a fan base based on like a certain niche topic or like you know, some sort of category that you're starting to go into. Like video games, definitely a big one that we're starting to that like was very much focused on over the years and definitely getting more niche over time. Fitness, vlogs, music, stuff like that. Like it feels like people are more focused on building a fan base and like making content based on that.
I was just gonna say, somebody said just a couple seconds ago, like things stayed popular for longer back then. I feel like the internet as a whole just moved slower back then, and now it just moves so fast. Things are popular and then they're not.
Well, on the thing that Charlie said, like YouTube, or at least YouTubers now, you know, and now I'm working with YouTubers today. RedFalcon, the Party Crashers. I've worked with Nick, like specifically on his channel a little bit, but it's mostly Nick who does all like the management stuff on his own. It's like a brand now, you know, like before it was just like, oh, we just make funny, silly videos, but now it's like, okay, we have to pay attention to watch time, we have to pay attention to like analytics, all that, and like, and in some way it is actually kind of fun, like analyzing that stuff. But in other ways it does kind of feel like it limits creativity.
Yeah. Which is why I think part of me thinks that a lot of it, well, okay, I don't know everything there is to know about the algorithm, but like I've always had a feeling where like everybody is doing so much including us, is doing so much to analyze and perfect processes and use the algorithm to their advantage. But like at the end of the day, people get big because they're lucky. You know, they just do a lot and they are consistent and they upload things that they want to make, and then eventually things just click and they find their audience and YouTube finds their audience, and then they're big. All of these stories that I see of these people that are really big now is just like they like, okay, best example is this guy Jinxie. He is a YouTuber streamer now, who does Rainbow Six Siege content mostly. He's like big time brain rot, loud equals funny sort of dude.
I'm looking at one thumbnail right now and I can already tell. Oh, God.
I do watch him, I have to say. I think he's hilarious. But his whole story is he streamed to like 1 to 5 viewers on Twitch for like years, like over a year. And then eventually he just kind of like blew up because he got lucky. Like he streamed every single day for like 5 hours to like one person, to one viewer.
That's so insane. What the hell?
And he kept doing it. And then eventually he just, something happened. And like you can see the statistics. Like he pulled it up on one of his streams. He was like, yeah, look at this. Like the average 5 viewers back in 2019. And then now he's like one of the most subbed people on Twitch. And if not the most at one point, like more than Kai Cenat at one point.
Oh my God, for real?
I think Kai Cenat beat him out by now, but yeah, like in his prime, he was being like 2 years ago, like a year ago, 2 years ago. Like he was the biggest Twitch streamer.
I think it's kind of a combination of both, though. You know, like doing something that you enjoy doing, but then also kind of like finding a niche to work with. You know,
I
think
agree. it does
think-
go into it, but I worry that it's overdone.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the crazy thing that we saw is like when we started doing Connect the Stars content, that started popping off on Instagram. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy to see what actually hits the algorithm. And the thing that's so interesting about that is like, I think part of it is there's just not a lot of content about Connect the Stars out there right now. Like, I remember when we first started releasing it, I tried to find anything on YouTube or something about like that, where it's like, we couldn't find anything about Connect the Stars content. And
It was an
I mean, it's
untapped
just-
market.
I think the funny thing about that is the first 4 videos of Connect the Stars that we recorded was like last summer, and we didn't release
Yeah.
that stuff until like winter or something like that. And we were like,
crazy.
like we didn't even think that, like, we're gonna record this, we're gonna have fun with it, and then we're gonna start releasing it. And we realized so quickly how popular that became. Like,
Yeah.
as of the time of recording this video, the first video that we put out on Instagram of Connect the Stars is up to 600,000 views now. And anything before that has only like maybe a few hundred up to like 1,000, stuff like that. Yeah. It's just crazy to see where this content has taken us.
I think like thinking about just how videos and stuff like really pop off. I think shorts, it's such a different, like the way small creators get their foot in the door now is like with shorts at this point, because full videos, there's so much out there, and like starting off, the BackTrack is lucky enough to like, okay, now I sound like a dickhead. We're like, oh, lucky enough to have me as the editor. No, it's just a matter of like you guys already know how to, at this point now we know how to like record a video, and I've already known how to edit videos, and you guys are learning. Charlie is literally, it's probably out by now, the Sonic video. Charlie is literally editing it now himself, which
Talking in the past.
clap for Charlie. I'm proud of him. Maren did the rough cut as well.
I
But
did most
yeah.
of the rough cut.
Maren, did you beat your microphone? Like, what
I
the
did,
hell
I
was
did.
that?
Sorry.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I was sitting
Poor-
far away from a
poor
microphone because I
viewers.
wasn't talking and it was hurting my back to sit up. So I was playing mobile games. But
You
then I-
bastard.
I'm sorry.
God damn it.
I'm
Hey
sorry.
man, sometimes you have to multitask to focus.
No, we'll do mobile games on another episode.
Yes.
But,
It's okay.
I have a lot to talk about with mobile games.
Oh, I fucking love mobile games. Anyway, yeah, I did most of the rough cut. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
I mean, I think like
Christ.
going off of like the short content stuff, it feels like if you're gonna start making longer content, you have to build your audience by using the shorter content. Like,
True.
you need
Cast a wide
like
net.
Colin. Yeah, exactly. What Colin was talking
Yeah.
about, where you get your foot in the door, get people interested in your stuff, and once they're bought into like what you're doing, then they'll start to watch the longer content.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. It's such an interesting way of like
like
how
a
it works
pipeline.
out. Yeah, exactly.
is kinda like a
Pipeline is
pipeline.
like we send out, let's say it's Instagram. We send out shorts there. Let's say those 600,000 people, which nobody follows, which is so annoying. So they find that if we catch the people that really enjoy that content and enjoy our personalities and our dynamic, and then they follow on Instagram, and then they start watching more of our videos on Instagram, and then hopefully a subset of those people will click the link in our bio and move over to YouTube. It's not going to be everybody, but it's just that wide net of reaching as many people as possible on
Not to
TikTok,
get, like-
on YouTube, on Instagram, and then
Not to get
hopefully
too
a
far.
subset of them
Yeah.
come in.
Not to get too far from Instagram, it's just like Instagram, I've always thought of it as like, oh, I'm gonna follow this person because I know them, right? This is a person I know. Well, like, I don't follow anybody, or like, I love natural habitat shorts. I don't know if you guys have seen those, like the animations of the animals. No,
I love animals.
All right.
I don't think so.
Okay, it's fine.
I love
but I wouldn't really like follow it on Instagram. I would subscribe. I think I am subscribed on YouTube. But it's just kind of a different thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different, like, because like Facebook is more what you're talking about. Like, you only follow people you know. At least at least I thought it was. I don't know how it's changed.
No,
I guess
you're right.
I'm not really
No,
on Facebook at all. But
you're right.
I feel like that's at its core what it's meant to be.
There's a focus on getting your foot in the door through multiple social media platforms, which is why we have stuff like Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. Instagram is definitely making a move, and it already has, like, towards not only following people because you know them, but also like enjoying their content. There's definitely more of a focus on that in Instagram now. Facebook is definitely more focused on like, oh, I know this person, let me follow them, stuff like that.
And then TikTok is more towards that YouTube land, where you don't really follow people you know necessarily. You could, and people do, but it's a lot of people making content, and then you follow them and you see their content.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what Instagram is more towards as well. It's kind of like a line where like it's Facebook is only people, or like LinkedIn is the first one. LinkedIn, and then Facebook, and then Instagram, and then TikTok, and then YouTube.
Crazy. Oh my god.
And Twitter's in there somewhere.
I don't follow people I know on LinkedIn.
Really? Well, okay, follow.
So maybe
connect.
Facebook.
It's like connecting.
Facebook, LinkedIn.
Well, I follow like.
Yeah, wait, that's actually a good point, because there's a lot of people you just connect to that you don't really know. So maybe it's Facebook, then LinkedIn, then Instagram, then TikTok, then YouTube. The pipeline. And then Twitter is in there somewhere. I would
say
know how
for going, I'd say Duolingo is the first one. Except I do have people that just randomly follow me. I don't know who.
Yeah, wait, that's a good point.
Why? I don't, Maren. I don't understand why you do that.
I'm gonna lose it.
Somebody tried to like connect with me. What is it? What is it on Duolingo? I don't know what it is. Like be friends with me.
They follow you.
Somebody was trying to like friend me on Duolingo, and I texted Maren. I'm like, who is this? She's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, but it says you're friends with her. She's like, yeah, I don't know who it is.
Well,
okay.
So there's other people though. There's other people who have followed me that I don't follow back. I don't know who they are on Duolingo. I don't know why I'm so popular on Duolingo. I just am. But
Maris is a Duolingo celebrity.
What is
I am.
This is so confusing. Why are you gonna be a Duolingo advocate?
Sensation.
Yeah, but they're on Duolingo. This person followed me, and my other friends follow her too. So I was like, I must know her. I just don't know. I just can't think of who it is.
Duolingo bots.
The most important thing, like, with YouTube these days, and also like in the past 5 years, is what what Joey was mentioning with the algorithm. Like, people, it feels like when people make content, and I feel like we've done this too, is that we're trying to please the algorithm or figure out how to get our videos in the faces of more people, you know?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we're still doing what we want with our videos, but it's interesting to see that, like, we have to, like, kind of compromise on some stuff in order to please the algorithm.
Yeah. I really appreciate, like, everybody in here kind of has, like, a different voice for how we go about things. Like, I know, Maren, you don't, like, delve super deep into the algorithm stuff, but it actually kind of helps in a sense where you're just like, yeah, it just, you know, do what you think will, you know, you don't think about it too hard. You're like, do what you think will make people happy, you know? And it's nice to have that kind of like, yeah, it's, you know, chill, whatever. And even though I know you said, Joey, earlier, like, you're worried that it's moving too far into the, like, algorithm aspect, but to be fair, you and I especially, I know Charlie does as well, but Charlie, you kind of focus more on, like, the Instagram and TikTok, while, like, me and Joey kind of focus more on the YouTube, like, stuff. Like, we think of, like, anything and everything that could just be beneficial for the video. Even if the video isn't going to pop off super well, we're just kind of like, let's just at least give it the chance, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Because it's become, like, I get, like, very... This is going to be a surprise, but I get very into things. And...
Whoa. Crazy.
And, like, when I... Like, it's just kind of like I need to understand it. And I get frustrated that I don't understand how the algorithm works. So, like, I'm really trying to figure out how the hell that works. Because as much research as I do, I feel like half the videos I watch are just clip farming, and they're using the algorithm against me.
On purpose. Yeah,
on purpose. And it's just like, oh, stay till the end of the video, and we'll tell you this number one reason. And don't forget to stay till the end of the video. And I'm like, I don't want to do that, though.
Just tell me.
I don't want our videos to be like that. Like, I feel like that's how you get the engagement going. And these sleazy techniques, like, it's so frustrating because I want it to be not that bad. But, like, it kind of is half the time. And that's kind of what my dichotomy on it is, like, I want to understand how it works, and I want us to have the best chance to get big and be successful with it. But at the same time, I don't want us to succumb to half of those sleazy techniques because we don't need to. And I'm worrying that if we end up falling too much into that, we'll lose our identity.
Yeah, no, I mean, the other important thing to note about, like, the current state of YouTube is that people are making like money and they are using YouTube as their livelihood for, making enough money to live. So where that goes is it like, there's this weird intersection and we're like, I feel like there's more of a focus on making money on YouTube as opposed to actually making stuff that you enjoy. So people will do those kind of like sleazy techniques of how can I like get as much, farm as much views and like content. And that's why rage bait has become a big thing.
That's a good point.
People's like titles for their YouTube videos are like, I did the most disgusting thing, like all of this clickbait that's used to farm as much views and like just kind of make as much money as possible off of it. It's this weird like pendulum swing that I feel like we're in for YouTube.
Now I think it's becoming much more normal to have like a team for YouTube like videos, even in the sense like, all right, I mean, I guess the two examples I know very well, Party Crashers and RedFalcon. Party Crashers have a manager, half our other Charlie. I call her manager Charlie, and I call this Charlie BackTrack Charlie whenever I'm referring to you. Lame. And anyone, except for our friend, shut up. It doesn't matter. I mean, like, for me and the editors, we're very much like the creative side of working on Party Crashers videos. The Crashers themselves are the talent, and Charlie, I mean, it's not just her on Party Crashers. Like, I think Nick helps her out, but like, generally speaking, she does most of the managerial work. I think that's a word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right.
Managerial.
Manner.
You were right. You were right the first time.
Did you just shit your pants?
Did someone jerk it too hard?
I was also thinking of mentioning that, like, yeah, I mean, for me at least, it's nice to have somebody like manager Charlie Halfheart to like ask questions about
just
stuff.
Her, bro.
I mean, what? Her name is Charlie.
That wasn't. He didn't say her last name.
I didn't dox her. That's her like YouTube username, Halfheart.
It's not a last name.
Oh,
I know British people have anything as a last name.
There's so much not right.
God, dude.
Yeah, what kind of last name is Queen of England? Sorry.
I know, right? It's fucking stupid, bro.
What kind of name is Tack? Tagic.
That's stupid, bro.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Yeah, no, just and Falk as well, because Falk is he's kind of I wouldn't call him a one-man show, but like when it comes to like his like YouTube channel branding and all that, he is like the head of it. He doesn't really like, he bounces off of us editors for like thoughts, but like he's kind of the final say,
Yeah.
He makes a bunch of thumbnails. He comes up with the ideas for the videos. He just pretty much does like all of the branding and stuff like that. And he knows what he's doing, but obviously it's still pretty difficult sometimes to like, oh, I don't know if this one's going to do better. This idea is going to do better than this idea, even at that point.
Yep.
It's just like,
100%.
Are we willing to spend all this time on this one video? That's why I think Party Crashers in a way is helpful, because it's not as high quality. They still outsource to us editors, and I put in plenty of effort, to make the videos presentable. But it is also like a RedFalcon video takes so much more planning and so much more like putting puzzle pieces together, which is not a bad thing. It's just like the way it is, you know?
Right.
Like it's what the videos are shaping to become. So
It's got a degree in YouTube.
It's so interesting. Like you bring up like the, what video is going to do better than that? It's crazy that like we even felt that like when Joey brought up a few months ago about like are we doing the content that we want to do to gain the viewers or like the specific audience that we want? You know? It's so interesting to see that even though we've only had like we have like what 500 followers on Instagram and like 400 subscribers on YouTube, and we're already feeling the pressure of like, are we curating the audience we want to?
Yeah.
I know.
It's so interesting to see.
Now imagine that on a gigantic scale, you know?
Exactly. It's so crazy to think about.
Yeah. I mean, obviously my channel isn't like insanely popular either, the iAnime38 channel. But it's weird because like how do I explain this? Most of my fans usually either go to my streams or watch my shorts. I don't really upload videos anymore. But there's a lot of people still on the internet who see my like icon and go like, "Oh, the editor." And I'm like, "What the hell?" This is I don't know how I feel about it. It's not a bad thing. It's just kind of like I'm being recognized not by like my own work, but by somebody else's work, which isn't the worst thing in the world. It's just very like, that's I don't dislike it.
You've become a slave to corporate YouTube.
Corporate YouTube.
Corporate YouTube.
Oh my god. I thought you were gonna say one of our friends, Matt, called me a niche micro celebrity the other day, and I was like,
Yeah, wait,
I don't
that
know.
was
I
crazy.
don't know how I feel about
He
that.
called us that when we went to the mall that one time. He was like, "Oh my god, BackTrack, my favorite niche micro celebrity."
My favorite niche micro celebrity group.
He's not wrong.
No, it's I guess
No,
Yeah.
he's right.
crazy.
I think one of the other things I wanted to bring up about the current state of YouTube is like the whole free speech aspect, or like this weird gray area that we have for free speech, copyright, stuff like that. I mean, it's just like
fair use.
Yeah, stuff like, I mean, even the stuff where we're like, oh, we got to make sure that we don't curse as much, and if we do, we got to censor it out. It's so interesting to see how we change our content in that sort of ways. And like, it makes sense. I mean, we're trying to, I've always found it so weird with like cursing in YouTube, because I feel like there are such big YouTube channels that like say fuck and stuff like that all of the time, and they never get flagged. And then there are other YouTube channels where it's like, if they even say like crap, they're going to get 5,000 flags on them, and they feel like they can't say those words,
I mean, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but it's like, sometimes if they just are making a lot of money, then who's stopping them? It's also sponsors a lot of times. Like, if they're not making as much money on YouTube, sponsors usually give them a lot more money.
Yeah, like David Dobrik. Dude, there was a time, there was a big time when he was like really big on YouTube, where he couldn't even like advertise his videos because like he would get copyright striked to the fucking insane, to insane amounts. So
didn't he get what did he do? He did something terrible.
He's just a weirdo in general. He's just a terrible person as a whole. But like,
he commented on one of my, because I used to do like little animated vines sometimes, and he commented on one of mine because it was one of his vines.
Really?
That was like forever ago.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, is it still up? I don't think it's still up, but you can go into little known I feel like this isn't that little known, but on my YouTube channel, if you want to see like my old videos, they're unlisted in a playlist, so you can still watch them. I'm very, because that is another thing, presentation on YouTube. Like you want to make it look good. So like I want my videos, I start to unlist the really old ones, but I still respect what they were, if that makes sense.
When you said presentation, I'm sorry, but the only thing I could think of was in Megamind.
Presentation!
He's like, presentation! Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, viewers, just so you know, this is Maren all the time when she makes references. This isn't just...
you're a villain, all right. Just not a super one. Oh yeah, what's the difference? Presentation!
Oh, I feel like
Where's the fart?
I'll show you guys the. Shut up! I'll show you guys the comment later. Maybe I'll put in the video version of this podcast.
Not to one up you, but one time I DM'd the Happy Fits and they answered me. Twice.
That's a one up.
They reposted something I said on Blue Sky.
Oh yeah, well I met them in real life because I went to high school with them.
Wait a sec.
Wrong person.
Wait a sec.
Yeah,
wrong
true.
person mentioned.
Well,
I gotta pee.
That's all you gotta say. Oh, okay.
I gotta
Cool.
pee.
I mean, I was just gonna move it. Are you actually going to the bathroom right now?
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Oh my god, he's actually going right now. I'll shift the conversation to what YouTube is becoming, and I feel like we only the one big name we haven't mentioned yet that I feel like we gotta mention is Mr. Beast himself.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god, dude.
He looks like
Crazy.
someone that would have been in my lab class, or just like that dickhead.
Right. Yeah, I
Like-
know what you're talking about.
No, explain. What do you mean by that?
I have
He
no
just
idea
looks
what you
like
mean.
that random kid you'd see on college campuses, and he'd be in your random ass class. I didn't even know what his major was, and then he's just in one of your classes. There's no fucking way he's got the same major as me. That's insane. I thought you were a business major or some shit, but no, he's in your fucking biochem lab, and he's
This
just
is so specific. This is insane.
Did Mr. Beast go? Why is I was about to say. I was about to type in Google. Did Mr. Beast go to college? But the first thing is, did Mr. Beast buy TikTok? Did he buy TikTok?
He can buy TikTok,
I don't think he even finished high school from what I remember.
so that's why he's so fucking stupid.
I could be wrong on that. I don't think he went to college, but I don't think he finished high school.
It
Is
is
that-
very interesting.
How old is this guy?
Landscape? Yeah. All right. We got.
He's
I didn't
late
really do a lot
20s.
of. I didn't do a lot of research on Mr. Beast. I'm sorry.
I don't like Mr. Beast.
sorry. 27
Never did,
years
never
old.
Will.
Okay.
His name is Mr.
He's
Beast.
27.
That's dumb as shit.
No, his name is Jimmy McGill. I think Donaldson.
Jimmy
McGill. Jimmy McGill's the Better Call Saul character.
Apparently, Mexico accuses Mr. Beast of exploiting Mayan pyramids permit.
Dude,
What?
He gets into the most insane shit
He's 6
imaginable.
foot 5.
He's
Oh,
6
God.
foot 5.
That seems like unhealthy.
I don't like Mr. Beast. I don't like him at all. I never did.
Well, actually,
And especially now that whole I don't think this. I think he's so big and people already have such divisive opinions on him that the whole honey scam didn't even phase him that much specifically.
Of course it didn't. Yeah.
But,
it didn't.
Okay, what I will say is Markiplier called that. I don't
The
know if you
whole
guys
honey
saw
thing?
that, but he called
Yeah, I
it
saw that.
years ago
Did he really?
in a stream. He said it. He's like, something's not right about honey. How do they get the money to do the advertising if all they do is save people money? Where does
In
the money
case-
come from?
In case people don't know, basically just to dumb down the honey scam, Honey would always give people discounts, quote unquote, on buying stuff, but it would steal the credit code or whatever. Basically, it was a little code that would give credit to the creator who pointed you to the product. But then Honey would take the credit code and take that little slice of money from a bunch of
It was
YouTubers
devious.
unknowingly. Yeah,
At,
it was
the
evil.
very last second, it would take you to the regular honey site and not the creator version of the site of the
Oh,
URL.
yes.
God.
It the split second before you actually buy it, so it wouldn't give credit and they would get 100% of the pie.
Damn.
Crazy. And he didn't call that part Markiplier. He didn't know the specifics of it, but
He just had a feeling,
He
yeah.
just had that gut feeling. And I mean, not to jump on the wagon, but I really did too. I knew that I never used it. I knew there was something wrong with it. I never said anything about it because I wasn't so sure, but I really did distrust it because I feel like you have to. It's at its
Yeah.
heart, it's there's nothing that's free.
It's too good to be true.
It's too good to be true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's just weird.
it's just super weird. And I felt like so much satisfaction when that finally got released. So I was like, God damn. Justice.
Dopamine. I mean, like, love Mr. Beast or hate Mr. Beast. The dude's like the king of YouTube right now. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you.
He spent years of his life studying the algorithm, trying to figure out how it worked.
Well, the thing
it's not just him though.
Like what he did in the beginning to get famous is I wouldn't even consider it like he was like smart or not smart, but like I wouldn't even consider what he did as like insanely artistic. He was just willing to sit down and like count to 100,000 and like spin a fidget spinner for 24 hours on a live stream and stuff.
Is that what he did? Mr.
Yes,
Beast?
that was his first stuff.
I never knew what he did at the start.
Yeah, dude, he just did really stupid stuff.
Do you know that like that one meme like "Dance Till You're Dead" and there's like a dancing dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, he watched that. I want to say for like 24 hours straight. Like recorded himself and he put up the video. Like he would do anything to get popular.
Yeah,
and
I think he watched like It's Every Day, Bro for day 2 or something like that. Like he would do stuff like that, and he just became so popular off of that.
See, that just that goes back to what you said earlier, Charlie. Like the people that do it for their livelihood.
Yep.
And then the people who do what they want to do. But then there is that middle ground where people get lucky enough to do what they love and do the content they love, and they make it big.
Mm-hmm.
It's also
That's
just
pretty
weird.
Cool. It's interesting.
Like, it's weird to see like because YouTube is like a corporate entity, it's owned by Google, to see what kind of content they specifically are trying to push on their algorithm. Because there's like these whole like studies that have been done in like deep YouTube essays and stuff about the right-wing pipeline and like what kind of content YouTube tries to push over time. And I don't want to get too far into politics, but there's a whole thing about like the alt-right pipeline that YouTube will take you down, and like not even just YouTube, like Instagram and TikTok, like they will try to tailor specific content based on what kind of agenda they're trying to push.
It's because it's all based on interactivity. So the whole thing is basically like, God, how do I even like word this properly? It's literally companies have to reach quotas, right? And each quota is a higher money threshold. They want to make more and more money. And how do these digital media companies make more and more money? By making their content like more eye-catching,
more bombastic,
baiting more clicks, baiting more comments, baiting this and that, and then from there they get more sponsorships, or they are sponsoring it. It all kind of depends on who they are, but that's the whole basically process behind it, and that goes into every other aspect of YouTube now. That includes gaming, that includes politics, that includes vlogging, even though I think vlogging is like not dead, it's just less popular now.
Right.
I mean, like literally entertainment, anything.
It just feels like a lot of these people are getting famous because they're more bombastic. They're more willing to say the crazy things. Like think of like Alex Jones, you know? People like that are really popular because they're just willing to say things that are just so insane and so absurd. But people are like, hey, that like, you know, you're crazy, but I like that you're saying this. It creates more views, it creates more rage and stuff like that.
Lots of people are not the same person they are on camera or in front of a microphone, whatever the situation is. I mean, even still, like, to a much lesser extent, I've met Falk in person, right? And he is, in every way, like I could explain, like, he is such a positive human being and such a vibe. And I love that guy to death. But he is not the same person still, in a sense, the same person that he presents himself on YouTube to be.
Yeah.
You know, he's a much more energetic person on YouTube. He's a much more, you know, YouTube, it's very like you got to make eye contact with the viewers, yada, yada, yada. Be more personable.
Doesn't make eye contact in person?
No. He doesn't make eye contact every moment.
Nobody
That's
does.
what I'm saying.
That's weird if you do.
Yeah, but in a YouTube video he does.
In
you know what I'm
YouTube
saying.
He does, yeah.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, doesn't he make like kid-friendly videos?
No, yeah,
Like he
yeah,
makes
like
family
more
friendly,
aimed for younger.
kids.
Yes,
So that's probably he's an adult man.
he loves Mario, and
Well, yeah.
Mario.
I'm sure his
you
interests
know, I love Mario.
are the same. But I'm saying he
Yes.
is an adult man in real life. He doesn't he's
He's older than us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he's a big guy. He's an adult man. He's not gonna
Well, but that's the interesting part is how different you can be in front of a camera as opposed to in real life.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying that's yeah.
Like, of course he's going to be an adult man in real life. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Like
I know
Miss
what you mean.
Rachel's probably a freak in real life, but she makes videos for toddlers.
This is going to be one of those crazy degrees of separation like I did in that video. But some guy that I used to work with, his wife's friend or something like that was a big, is like a big person on TikTok, or like kind of big. And this person met Jake Paul in real life. And apparently Jake Paul is like really chill in person. And then you turn on the camera and he's like the crazy person he is.
It's like that guy that made that TikTok where he's like, I got about 20 more minutes before 40 milligrams of this Adderall kicks in, and I'm feeling really intelligent right now.
Lickety split your.
But if you watch his other videos, he's very calm because his Adderall kicked in. But
About time.
yeah,
Thank God.
finally. Those 20 minutes were really long. But he's very calm.
I also wanted to talk about, because we're still kind of on the topic of like what YouTube is becoming and all that. First of all, just in general, like something Falk definitely talked to us about for like trying out for BackTrack is gamification.
Oh,
That's a huge
Yup.
thing. And I'm in favor of this one in particular. I mean, it's still a little bit like, maybe a little too whatever. What happened to us just hanging out and talking, right? Which I do get that for sure. But on the other hand, I do really like the idea of gamification in the sense that it makes us think more outside the box, especially watching movies and gamifying it. It took us like months to think of things to do for BackTrack Wars. So that's the reason why we're doing BackTrack Wars. Yes, it's partially to be like, oh, more in favor of the algorithm, but also it's like just more interesting. It mixes up the videos a lot, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, there's definitely a
it's
good middle ground to have with it.
It feels like a cool project we're doing, rather than like just the videos we always are doing and will be doing. It's just kind of a change up for us, for the viewers, and it's just kind of a new separate journey to kind of go on, to kind of keep things, keep doing new things and keep getting creative. And then hopefully once we get through these BackTrack Wars, we can come out of it with more creative ideas and more willingness to go outside of that box.
Exactly.
For our regular videos.
And that's what Mr. Beast was doing the whole time. He was gamifying shit, even when it didn't need to be gamified. You know,
100%.
that is also why I saw a video of, because I don't really watch Jacksepticeye anymore. I used to when I was younger. But there's a clip of him taking a lie detector test, and they were like, "Do you like Mr. Beast?" And he was like, "No." It's like, and they're like, "Can you explain why?" And he was just like, he ruined YouTube. He turned it into like a, just everybody needs to. I forget what exactly he said, but like he is the reason why YouTube is what it is today, and it's definitely something to think about. Even if he's not, as phenomenal as some people say he is, like I don't know the specifics. He went through a whole drama that I don't care about.
It's bad. It's pretty bad.
What he does right, that's what people try to base their videos on at this point, or at least people who are looking for the algorithm.
Silly.
Yes. Well, I mean, the other thing is like there are so many cuts in Mr. Beast videos. Like the camera changes every like 3 seconds, so it just keeps your brain so focused on it. It's just
I hate it.
It's so dopamine farmed. It's insane.
The Mr. Beast, like, just Mr. Beast is like has his fangs into society right now. Like, remember when the Beast Burger came to our college.
Yes.
And the amount of people, like the poor food workers at our school, man.
God,
oh my God. Like the entire building. We were in like one of the smaller buildings, like near our townhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Like it was jam packed. And this one guy who's doing all the deliveries was like, everybody chill out. Like he was so angry.
It was insane.
That was really funny. It was awful too. Or no, the first one we had was good.
The first one we had was good. And then after
we
that,
ordered
it got bad.
We ordered it because they shut down the Beast Burger very quickly at the school. So we ordered it on like Grubhub and it was awful.
Well, we even ordered it within like the first minute of it being out, and I think we were like 30th in line or something like that.
Yeah, it took us like 30 minutes to get our burger, even though we like bought it the first minute.
Crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Just like the Switch.
The Beast Burger Shrine, where is it now?
Oh, the shrine.
Our shrine.
It's been burnt. It's dead.
Oh my God. For the video version of this podcast, we have to put up the photo if we have one.
Yes.
Somebody has to have it.
We have a
right.
We
It has
have
to
a
exist.
picture.
I had a in my notes, my last note, and I think it goes back to what you said, Charlie. I don't know if we want to like wrap up the podcast soon, just in the sense because we're like around an hour long now.
And I gotta poop.
But more pressing matters. Obviously, Maren always has to poop at the end of our recording sessions.
Because we do them in the morning. This is like my poop time.
I wrote, YouTube is the illusion of freedom.
Oh my God.
You're right. You are right.
Technically speaking, you could upload whatever you want, but if you want people to have eyes on you, there's an algorithm to follow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just kind of like social media in general is like it's alluding to free speech, but there's a lot of real weird gray area and stuff around that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is
like,
the illusion of freedom.
Well, the thing is, like once you kind of make it big, people start to the fans that are there for you and not necessarily the content you put out become more evident. And you build more of a community, and that's when you really get that freedom. Like a good example is Unis Annis. If you when because that was for people who don't know, because there are going to be people who don't know about this because it's not a thing anymore.
Exist right now.
Markiplier and his friend Ethan, who was Crank Gameplays, he's now just Ethan Nestor on YouTube. They got together, and this was like late 2019, I think.
Yeah.
No, wait, early. It was November. It was November 2019, I think. Because it was before COVID started. Yeah. November 2024. Or 2020. 2019. God. November 2019. They started a channel called Unis Annis, which means 1 year in Latin, and their goal was to upload one video a day for an entire year on that separate channel while still having their own channels normally. And they did like random IRL goofy things. They were great videos. They were a lot of fun, but it was very much like a risk, I would say. They just kind of like went out, they did this project, and then their goal from the beginning was they are deleting this channel in exactly 1 year. They had a timer at the beginning of every one of their videos that would count down, and the videos weren't like groundbreaking, but they were some of like my favorite videos that I've seen. They were so funny, they were creative, and their dynamic was so great. But that's exactly what I'm getting at, is like it was their dynamic and their personalities. Even though they went and they made a completely different channel, they were able to have that freedom to do that. And like Ethan got so much traction from that because people loved him. Even though those videos were literally getting deleted at the end of the year, never to be seen again. Crazy.
I think that's what
they deleted them. They never were to be seen again. That's what made it interesting. That's what that
people wanted to watch it because they didn't want to miss it.
Yes, but then they literally knew that they were getting deleted. People still watched them. People still loved them, and they still watch their content to this day. It didn't like ruin their normal channels to do like this crazy separate thing. Like it was their freedom that they were able to get from having that community audience rather than the audience built by, or like the audience of the algorithm. It was more the audience of the real audience of their channel. There's a difference.
I think that's the beauty of YouTube, honestly. It can cause a lot of problems, and there's obviously like, this could be a whole other topic. Oh my God, parasocial relationships.
Ooh, yeah.
That whole thing. But that being said, there's really nothing stopping you from creating what you want to create and just expressing yourself in any way, shape, or form on YouTube. Obviously it is a video sharing website, but we're going to be uploading podcasts here now. And there's like community posts. I get to stream very often, which I still super appreciate everybody who stops by my streams personally. It's been like kind of weird recently because it looks like my YouTube streams are doing worse, but because I'm dual streaming now with Twitch, like I get more views on Twitch. So technically speaking, I'm like slowly averaging over time that it is kind of fun. Like I'm probably around like 20 viewers per stream now, but it's like, it looks like it's like 10 on YouTube, but it's like, no, it balances out. It just, now my Twitch and YouTube are getting like lower view counts technically, but I don't really care that much. I enjoy spending time with the stream crew. Exactly. And that's either way, whether or not I'm trying to widen my net, whether or not I'm just creating stuff for fun, like Trisection, it's just a good time, like there's so much to offer on YouTube, and there's much for you to be able to do.
100%.
So,
should we talk about like what we think YouTube is going to become, or what we hope it becomes?
I mean, that's kind of what we've been talking about, like.
Well, I
it's
mean,
kind of becoming that Mr. Beast era.
Well, yeah. Well, that's kind of like what it's becoming. But do we want to talk about like what we hope it becomes in the future? That's what I mean.
My biggest hope is that long form content doesn't die completely.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but it depends. It depends.
Unfortunately, I do like catch myself stuck on reels and shorts and whatever, and I really try not to. I really try to like not do that. I'd rather just watch a long form video personally, because that's what I grew up with. But I don't know. I wonder if people like Markiplier, for example, like he'll probably retire from YouTube before this happens, but like I don't think he'll ever like die on his internet presence. I mean,
he'll just switch gears
in the sense of like, yeah, like he would have to switch gears if he wanted to continue to stay relevant. But at that point, like I feel like he's the kind of person who he knows he's already become successful enough that he doesn't need to milk it. He would rather like if the content that he enjoyed making died, he would just stop. I don't think he would switch gears.
Oh, 100%.
I think he would just be done.
And that's what's just so genuine about people like that.
Yes. And I hope that people like that don't lose, aren't lost. Because like he went on a podcast. I don't know which podcast it was. I think the guy was some famous YouTuber.
Was it Chuckle Sandwich?
Maybe. But he was talking like really candidly, like, yeah, I make way too much money. like money that I don't even know what to do with. It's such a great clip because like Markiplier is one of those people that like haven't had a real scandal.
Human being.
Which is so awesome.
He's a human being. like,
he
doesn't get involved in this nonsense. He just has his success. He makes movies. He's making a movie now.
Oh.
Like an actual movie to be in theaters.
Whoa.
He just made a television show that's on like Tubi. Like he's doing more because he's a creative person. Yeah, it's called The Edge of Sleep.
Cool.
Interesting. It was the podcast was, speaking of Smosh, Anthony Padilla, A Day With.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anthony Padilla makes great content nowadays.
I want to watch that whole thing because
really
I saw
good.
that clip of Markiplier just being like, yeah, to be completely frank, I make way too much money.
That's so powerful. That's awesome to hear from someone like that.
It was crazy because he's always just been like the good one, and I've always really respected that. I don't watch his content as much as I did, but like I still do have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen some of his stuff now, and it like you can still tell that it's him. You know, he hasn't
He hasn't
sold
changed.
himself up to make more money, and that's kind of what like I have hope for the future of YouTube. I think like what I want to see is like more of a focus on like content creators and like boosting them up as opposed to like the focus on money and like just doing it so that YouTube can be famous, or like be known for like its money. I just want to see more of a focus on like people making what they want to make, and not being feel like they have to be forced to like pigeonhole themselves into this specific way of doing YouTube so that they can make a livelihood off of that. Like I would just want to see a focus more on art,
because if you think
Maren,
about it, we are sorry, after you,
I was gonna say, Maren, what do you want to hope for, because we gotta wrap this podcast up soon. I want to hear her thoughts.
Well, I don't know, I don't really watch YouTube the same way you guys watch YouTube or think about it the same way you guys do, so like I just kind of watch what I want to watch, and a lot of those people just have been doing their own thing. Like, so I guess I guess I would like for it to go back to what it was, though. Like, just making videos for the sake of making videos and being creative and just expressing yourself in the way that you want to.
See, this is why I always cherish Maren's thoughts on YouTube, because it's like, for us, I think you, Charlie, Joey, and I, like, even though like I think I probably spend the most time on YouTube, I think all three of us kind of like really think of YouTube like in a lot of ways, and we love to dissect it and look at it in any way, shape, or form. But Maren is honestly probably like most people who go on YouTube and just kind of like, watch what they want to watch and then move on with their day.
Yep.
Right?
They do.
And that's kind of what YouTube is at the end of the day. It's a hub for people to be able to express themselves and share who they are. And it doesn't need to be this whole rigmarole.
I touched on everything I wanted to touch on, but the last thing that I didn't get to touch on was Matt Pat. And I think it kind of ties
retired.
In. Yeah, but that's just the thing, is how YouTube has changed and how like it kind of calls back to everything we talked about, the people that do it just for the money versus creativity, and how he went from somebody who did it for creativity and to overanalyze games, and like it was this cool idea, and then now at his retirement, quote unquote, he's like, I'm retiring from YouTube, but you're going to be able to see me in my last 8 videos. And I'm just gonna drag that over an entire year. Everybody's gonna cry for me, and then this video is gonna make 1 billion views. But then each of my other videos, you better watch them, because that's gonna be your last video with Matt Pat.
Yeah, just say you're having a kid and you can't make
just like
videos as often.
Like, why do you think of yourself in such a high capacity that you deserve an entire year dedicated to it?
Oh my God.
It's weird. It's very
that's
weird.
Exactly what it is. I mean, like, I get it. He is a big YouTuber with a lot of amazing fans. A lot of fans. And he's been a very important part of the YouTube community, but I cannot respect you thinking yourself of such importance that you take an entire year, like,
yeah,
there's no
100%.
Humility there. There's no humility there. Not that he doesn't deserve that, because again, he's done so much, but like, there's no humility, in my opinion, and for that, I have very little respect, personally.
But even like his appearance in the FNAF movie, like it literally just felt like they were doing that because he's just been like, I don't know, it just felt like they were clout chasing.
I have opinions on that movie.
So do I. I love that movie.
We'll talk about it some other time. Yeah,
we'll get to that.
Oh
but yeah, God. I just felt like that was a culmination. But that's just what I wanted to touch on.
Maren, what was you had one last thing to say?
Oh, I want the algorithm to die.
Yeah.
I want to squash it.
Yes, please.
That's so fair. Well, hey, you know what? I think we had a nice, lovely chat, and I'm not even opposed to like talking more in depth about certain YouTubers and stuff like that in the future. But that was our YouTube episode.
Hooray!
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I don't know.
YouTube.
I think we could dig deep into plenty of these topics. I don't know what our next topic is going to be though, but I guess we'll find out next time on Sidetrack.
Haha.
Thank you for joining us. Be sure to watch the rest of our videos. Be sure to subscribe or follow or whatever. I don't know where this is going on, but
Podcast
Pornhub.
Decease.
Holy,
It's going on everywhere. That's where it's going.
we're not putting this on Pornhub. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Podcast Decease.